Hey guys, welcome to our daily interview tip with me, Master of Interviews, Joe Green. So, like I say, I've done hundreds of interviews in the past. I've got dozens of jobs, some that I didn't think I was capable of achieving before I actually achieved them. So, your own belief, to some degree, is not really needed. You only need to, like I said in the first lesson, have confidence, because people mistake confidence for competence. Not arrogance, confidence. And if you want to know the difference between those two, just drop me a comment below. Next, do your research. Be interested in the people that you're talking to. So if you've got an interview, presumably you know who you're going to be speaking with, which is great. It means you can look them up on LinkedIn, find out a couple of details. If they've got anything interesting on their LinkedIn bio, great, even better. Make sure you remember it, drop it into the conversation. That's kind of how research can help you, right? As well as research into the role and that kind of stuff. But that's the research I'm talking about at the moment. Now, the third tip, probably not the best way to do a video actually, introduce the tip, 1 minute into the video. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. So the third tip is, it's really important, it's, prepare for the people that are going to be doing the interviews, fine. But one of the main areas of preparation that's really served me for all the interviews that I've done is prepare specifically. Sit yourself down in a room and imagine you are that other person. Look at your CV. What parts of your CV are a bit, well, crap? What bits of your CV? And there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone's got parts of the CV, or some people do. Some people are lucky and they don't. Parts of the CV that they don't like, or that aren't as favourable. Maybe you jump jobs quickly, maybe, I don't know, you've no experience in the profession that you're seeking a job in, all this kind of stuff. Now, what you need to do is you need to sit down with yourself and create a script. You need to create a story that you're going to tell yourself when they ask the questions. Now you might say, how are you going to know what questions they ask? You're going to prepare. You're going to ask, okay, questions like, why do you want to do this role? Answer. Why did you leave your last role? What was something hard that you've had to overcome in the past? What was something hard that you didn't overcome? Tell me an example where you failed. Tell me an example where you were successful. How are you coachable? All these kind of questions that, if you have to make the answer up on the spot, can be a little bit hard. So what you do is you prepare. You imagine that the interview person is with you. If they ask you, so why have you been at 1,000 roles? Why is your CV so jumpy? There's one lesson that I learned about this whole application process is that, imagine it's not an interview process, it's about managing risk, right? So the recruiter that recommends you, or the HR person that selects you, they're going to be recommending you to their boss, right? And if it looks like you're jumpy, like you might jump jobs quickly, like you don't stay, that's risky. Yeah, not just for the company, but for the individuals within that company, right? So that's what you need to think about. You need to understand, how are they going to mitigate their risk when they speak to their boss, right? So create the questions that you're going to be asked, and then go over them, repeat them like it's a story. I've done it several times where not only have I rehearsed the answers to the questions, but you then dig deeper. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? And if you find yourself getting stuck, that's fantastic. If you don't know the answer, that's perfect. And the reason it's perfect is because this is exactly when you want to be stuck. You want to be stuck in your room alone, so you can have a think about what would be a good answer there. If you don't have a good answer, what would be a good answer, right? Because it's not about being perfect. It's about understanding where are you weak? Where if somebody pushes, is it going to hurt you? You know, you're making a case here that you are worth X amount of time and money from a company. What is your case? And if there's something that's going to hurt your case, you need to have a defence for it. And it's like poison and an antidote. If you know that your particular poison is you've been at a million different jobs, you need to figure out the reasons why. And it's just like sales, there are justifiable reasons for everything. So justify, create the narrative, and then just relax. You know, understand that you've done your preparation, you've done everything that you could do, and that's okay. So keeping in with the themes of this video series, what can you do? Number one, confidence. Number two, research. Who are they? Who are the people that you're speaking to? What does the company do? Number three, which might sound a bit ridiculous, who are you? Now, it's better to find out who you are before you're in that live situation. Better to find out who you are. It's like military training. You know, you don't want to find out that you don't like gunshots in the battlefield. Find that out before and either change career or figure out a workaround. So that is the main tip for today, guys. And I want to say thank you for following me on this journey. I'm in Japan at the moment, and I'm going to be using this advice in a job interview that I've got planned next week. So, number one, well, you know, I don't need to go over it, do I? Yeah, I do. So, number one, confidence. Number two, research the company, externals. And number three, research and prepare for yourself. Understand your strengths and your limitations, and create a narrative or a story to mitigate those. And that's pretty much it. So if you like this series, if you want to know more, want to know how I do this job interview, sneak preview, I'm going to nail it. Drop me a comment. The channel's growing faster than I could ever hope, and I'm loving the interaction. So thank you guys. Have a great day. Kick ass.